Yo, what's up guys? In this video today, I'm going to be showing you how to build the ultimate Slack home base. This is going to be your home base for team communication and just logging everything that goes on in your business so that you can work more efficiently and keep track of everything. Specifically, this home base setup is going to be optimized for high ticket coaching business. And this was actually the exact system that I was running, and I was able to make $24K per month using these automations and this home base system setup. If you do want to just download the template and one-click copy and paste all of this, it'll be down below in my school community. We've got a really great group in here, and I've got a lot of stuff in the classroom. And then we host group calls twice a week for the annual members. So anyways, you can go down if you want those templates, but I will explain each of them right now. So this is a broad overview of all the automations that we are going to cover today. So we have one where you can speak to social, where you can just kind of send a voice message or note to your Slack, and it'll turn it into a social post for you. And then we have some editing workflows. We have a notification for when new content is posted. These ones are the marketing automations. These ones are the sales automations. So we have a setter EOD report. We have notifications for payments, and then we have notifications and tracking for when people book in sales calls. And then finally down here, we have some automations for fulfillment. So we have a CSM, or a client success manager, who fills out an EOD report. We get meeting summaries. We have client support tickets. So for when clients need help or they're encountering issues, we have an automation for that, as well as we have an onboarding process. So these two automations will run the whole onboarding process for when you get new clients. So without further ado, let's get into this. I'm going to cover all of the automations, and we're going to go over it in Slack right here. I'm going to show you a demo. So first off, the editing channel. So basically, anytime in Notion, when a new video has to be edited, we can just drag and drop it over here into to edit. And then when videos are finished editing and the editor moves them into to review, we'll also get a notification for that as well. So whenever there's new content to edit, let's see, the automation should run in a second here. The Notion ones take a little bit longer. There we go. As you can see, the editor was just notified that there's a new video that they need to edit, and then they can open it up in Notion and find all of the raw footage link and all of the info, the script right here. And then once they get done editing, as you can see, it just gave us a notification that they moved something. So we can see here's my editor, Sarosh here. Shout out Sarosh if you're watching this video. But yeah, we basically communicate back and forth about, payments and everything that needs to go on with editing. So that can all happen. That's going to all happen inside Slack here in this channel. And then obviously I have Sarosh in here as well. So that's the editing channel, where you can basically manage everything that has to do with editing in this channel. The speak to social channel is really cool because you can either say something like, get my last 3 content items that I've posted this month. So you can say something like that, and then pretty quickly here, it will respond to you in a thread. Let's wait. Okay, there we go. Just got the response. And as you can see, here are your last 3 content items. We have posted this one, as you can see, posted. We posted this one, as you can see, also posted. And then we posted this one as well. But what you can also do is use the voice feature. And I just want to add an idea. I came up with this idea for, I don't know, SpongeBob SquarePants and the Bikini Bottom conundrum. I don't know, just do a random idea. Okay, and add it to my Notion content base, please. Thank you. So you can actually speak to social, record a voice note like that, send it off, and then it is going to automatically add it to my content OS, my content system right here. And as you can see, look at that. It just automatically added that idea so that I can save it for later. And as you can see here, your idea has been added. You can view it anytime. and we can see correctly it has been added indeed. So that's perfect. Really great. Oops, I keep switching around. This is a really great feature. I actually use this all the time because a lot of the time I have ideas that I just need to get off the top of my head right away. And this is a great way to store your ideas really quickly because all you need to do is record that voice note and send it over. And then like I showed before, on the back end, it's basically just this N8N automation with an AI agent that has access to your Notion Content OS database. Okay, that's the Speak to Social one. And then publish channel. This basically happens whenever you publish a new YouTube video, it will appear here just like this. And for sales, we have right here, any failed payments are going to show up and any succeeded payments will also show up. So basically, as soon as someone buys your program, and they do the checkout, that is basically going to trigger this automation where it shows the succeeded payment. And then it's also, if they're buying it for the first time and their membership just went valid, then it will also trigger the onboarding automation as well. Okay, so that's the payments channel, and then the booked calls channel. So, all right, so when anyone fills out this lead form and books a sales call with me, this automation will fire. So if we just see Johnny Rocket, Johnny at the Rocket Man, and then we filled in some sample info here. If we schedule this event, oh, I see the phone number was wrong. Okay, so if we schedule that event, as you can see in Slack, so it takes you to a thank you page. That's another automation that I have set up aside from this. But as you can see, boom, we just got that booked call notification. We can see Johnny Rocket just booked in a call. And it gives the UTM tracking, so it will track where it came from. If it came from a YouTube video or something like that, or Instagram DMs, it'll show up here as well. It gives you their information, gives you their income, pain points, and then it has a meeting join link right here in case you need to just join the meeting real quick from this page. This actually puts all of your lead form data into a Google spreadsheet as well. There's another step there that you didn't see, but all of this booked call data will actually go into a spreadsheet. It's going to go in a spreadsheet that looks like this, right? You definitely want all of your lead forms in a spreadsheet, right? You need all of your lead forms in a spreadsheet because what you can do is file and then you can export or download as a CSV, right? And then you can go use something like ChatGPT and then upload the CSV file and then have it do analysis on your ICP. And that's great for like market research and figuring out like content messaging, market research, everything like that. You can get really great insights from your lead form database because if you essentially it's just a bunch of data on exactly what your prospects want, exactly what their pain points are, right? So really good data to have there. So that is the booked calls automation. Booked call, very simple automation. Most high ticket coaching businesses have an automation like this. And then setter EOD. So when your setter fills out this end of day report, okay, so they get done with their day, they are clocking out for the day, maybe they sent 5 messages, 5 replies, 10 connections to warm leads, 2 YouTube videos sent, and maybe they booked 1 call. Lead quality rating, they can rate it as like a 4 and nothing else to add. So when they submit their end of day report, it is going to show up in this setter EOD channel. This is so that you can track exactly what your setter's doing and all the KPIs, right? And it's also really good to track lead quality as well. And they typically my setter, Caetano, like he gives me some notes usually about like which content. Okay, so as you can see there, the automation just ran. After we filled out the report, you see it's got the same stuff. And typically my setter will give extra notes like, oh, this content's performing well, or your stories are performing well, or whatever. They might give you some notes there. Super great to track actually what your setter is doing and all the KPIs that they need to hit. All right, next up, we have a meetings automation. So anytime I have a meeting, it is automatically transcribed and sent to this meetings channel. So in case I ever need to, look back at what I was doing or look at another meeting, I can just click any point in here. It'll bring up the meeting recording And obviously there's a full summary here as well. So super nice just for logging all of your meetings and, going back and going over stuff that you maybe talked about in some sort of meeting before. And then obviously too, you can like copy all of this and plug it into AI, whatever you want to do with it, right? I'm not going to demo this because it's hard to like start a whole meeting and then have, do it, but you just need to make sure that you have your Fathom set up right. So I just had a group call within the school community, and the meeting got automatically summarized and then put into this channel right here. CSM EOD report, pretty much the same thing as the setter EOD report, where you have a thing that they can fill out. Maybe today is the 1st. Oh no, it would be today's the 27th. I worked on some stuff. Okay, so when your CSM or whoever your client success person is, or maybe it's just a VA, maybe your VA is just submitting an EOD report, you can do that as well, and it's going to pop up here in a second. Again, you want to be tracking what your team is doing on a day-to-day basis. If you aren't having them fill out these EOD reports and logging them in Slack, then you don't really know what's going on in your business, right? So that's the second one. Third one here in the fulfillment section is client success. Okay, so basically same type of deal where it's a form. Basically, if you have a community or whatever, you have some area where they can fill out a support ticket, right? So they click this support ticket, they fill out their name, Johnny Appleseed, tab on school already. Okay. So your customers or your clients can submit a support ticket, right? And then it's going to, okay, so we see the client success EOD report's working. That just popped up. But since someone filled out a support ticket, it's going to pop up here. And this is so that, if there's any pressing client issues or whatever, yeah, they can see Johnny Appleseed having trouble finding the course module. So that automation just ran, is timestamped, and then we can click here to view their support ticket as well. And then so obviously, your client success manager can look over all these support tickets and make sure that they are taken care of, right? And then after they, take care of it or check it off, they can just add a check reaction to show that it's been taken care of. Last, but definitely not least, we have this onboarding channel. Again, this is for like your client success manager. Anytime a new customer buys, it'll run this automation where it's like new client, it will say their name, and then it has some instructions for, what to do in order to onboard them. And then last, so basically like when they pay, right, they pay for the very first time, it's going to send them an email, much like this, right? It's the onboarding email. In that onboarding email, there's an onboarding form, right? So you can customize your onboarding form with whichever questions that you want to ask your clients to get them started. But once they fill out at their onboarding form, they can just click submit, and then it's going to give us a notification that, I've just submitted my onboarding form, and then the CSM can, look over the information and do what needs to be done in order to fully onboard them. So since we just submitted that form, it should pop up here in a second. Boom. Okay, there we go. Jason Cooperson just submitted their form, blah, blah, blah. I sell berries. Right. Okay. So that's all working correctly. So those are all the automations that basically fuel this Slack home base. And I'm going to go over each and every one of them in this video. But like I mentioned before, if you do want to just download the template and one-click copy and paste all of this, like I said, it'll be down below in my school community. We've got a really great group in here. I really love everyone in here, and I've got a lot of stuff in the classroom. And then we host group calls twice a week for the annual members. So anyways, you can go down if you want those templates, but I will explain each of them right now. So we have these 10 Zapier automations, okay? And then we have this one N8N automation. So I'm gonna go over all the Zaps first. So the first one is EOD report. And so basically this is just a very simple, when someone fills out a form response, we are going to send a Slack channel message. That's basically all that's going on here. And so all of the EOD reports are pretty much the same. It's just a form to Slack. The meeting summaries one, this one is triggered on a Fathom new AI summary. And then again, just sends a channel message there in Slack. You can configure the message text to be exactly like this. That's the meeting summaries. New YouTube video. So they actually have this YouTube trigger in Zapier as well, where it just checks for a new video in your channel. As soon as you post a new video, it's basically going to send a message right there. So that is that. OB form submission, it's the same exact thing as the client success EOD report or any other Google form submission. It's kind of like the same as the support ticket, right? All of the ones that are Google Forms are pretty much the same. Onboarding. Okay, so this one is important because there's actually 4 steps in this one. The first one, you want to do a membership went valid trigger. Then you want to do retrieve customer so that you can get their email. And then you want to send an email. And this is going to be the welcome email. It's like a welcome into your program. It's like, hey, you're in. Make sure you fill out this onboarding form. And then obviously it sends the Slack channel message that shows up here, this onboarding bot, right? Cool. And then also side note, if you want these really clean looking, like nice looking emojis, you just have to change the bot icon here to be the code for the emoji that you want to use. Okay, so that is the onboarding flow. I know a lot of people have like crazy onboarding flows, but I like to keep it simple, and it's pretty simple. So super nice onboarding flow. We just send them an email. Payment failed, payment succeeded. This is going to be a WAP trigger, and depending, it's just going to be the same exact flow, just the trigger is different on them. So for this one, the trigger is payment succeeded. For the other one, the trigger is going to be payment failed. Okay, so there we go. That's that. Set our EOD report, same thing. Sales call booked. Right, so this actually puts all of your lead form data into a Google spreadsheet as well. There's another step there that you didn't see, but all of this booked call data will actually go into a spreadsheet, sheets.new. It's going to go in a spreadsheet that looks like this, right? You definitely want all of your lead forms in a spreadsheet, right? You need all of your lead forms in a spreadsheet because what you can do is file, and then you can export or download as a CSV, right? And then you can go use something like ChatGPT and then upload the CSV file and then have it do analysis on your ICP. And that's great for like market research and figuring out like content messaging, market research, everything like that. You can get really great insights from your lead form database, because if you essentially it's just a bunch of data on exactly what your prospects want, exactly what their pain points are, right? So really good data to have there. And for this sales call booked automation, it's just going to be an invitee created Calendly trigger that is going to go to a Google spreadsheet row. And, you're just going to set up the headers correctly so that you can fill in each of the, appropriate question and responses, answers there. And then it's just going to send a Slack channel message. So that is the sales call booked. Set our EOD report, same thing. Support ticket, pretty much same thing. It's just another form to message automation. Now, the speak to social bot. This one is interesting. Essentially, like if you ignore all of that stuff, it's pretty much just a Slack trigger that goes into this AI agent. All of this other stuff is pretty much just like taking care of the case where you send a voice message, right? So the Slack trigger is waiting for a new message posted to channel. I have this filter here to make sure that like it has to be basically me that sent the message. Otherwise, it will respond to its own messages, which you don't want. So I have that little filter there. And then I have a switch for, if there's a voice file attached, then we're going to go down this path. If there is no voice file attached, then we're just going to give it straight to the agent. And then what the agent does is it just essentially has these Notion tools where it can search all of your database pages, it can create a page, or it can update any pages. And then this is all connected up to my Content OS system, where I manage all of my content and write out all of my content in this system right here. So, and then it has a little bit of formatting so that it formats the response properly when it sends you back a message in Slack. Again, if you want the JSON file, it will be in the school community. So classroom, Slack home base, and speak to social. Yeah, the JSON file will be right here for you to download so that you can just import this template. All you have to do is just import from file and then click the JSON. So I really think that, if you're running a high ticket coaching business, you basically need to have all of these automations set up in your business. These are like the basic fundamental automations that are going to help you, run your business and get a pulse on what's actually going on. I made this mind map so that you guys could see from a high level what's going on, so that, if you wanted to modify this to be any different platforms or go to Discord instead of Slack or something like that, you can, customize this to fit your own business. Obviously, each and every different business is going to benefit from different automations. So I encourage you to customize this and just use this high level overview image as a way to understand what's really going on here behind the scenes. So I hope you found this video valuable. These automations definitely save me a lot of time, a lot of headache, and help me to really delegate out all the busy work parts of my business that I really don't want to do, and just have my team or automations take care of it. If you just want to get it done fast and you want the easy click copy and paste templates, go ahead and check out the school down below. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys found it valuable. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.